Dog travels more than 100 kilometers to bite its owner after being abandoned. I grounded my kid. This was his response. I'm done being the victim. How to bite a mosquito back. This driver was not paid his monthly salary, so he parked his boss's car like this and quit his job. Your pee-pee is probably the size of a Tic Tac. Well, no wonder your mum's breath is so fresh. Got him. Boy urinates on elevator panel. Gets stuck inside. A man throws a brick at window. Brick bounces off window. Brick knocks man out. Undercover cops posing as drug buyers are arrested by undercover cops posing as drug buyers. 100 retweets and I'ma hurt the president. There's cops outside my house. I'm seriously going to jail. We've introduced wellness geese to campus to help students de-stress during their exam period. Transgender woman silences weirdo who sent her a pee-pee pic by sending one of hers back. Driver attempts to destroy a giant snowman, not realizing it's built on a large tree trunk. This is what irony means. You buy an electric car to save the planet and a tree kills it. This annoying kid wouldn't move his legs for 3 adults. So this guy comes and just sits on his legs. End up sucking poop from sewage tank. Karen, who was filmed coughing on people in supermarket, loses job. A man hurled racial slurs and punched a FedEx driver, then died after he was punched back. Damn, he sent him to God. Same day shipping. No thanks, says the sea, and spits that's a lot of trash. Texas man shoots armadillo. Bullet ricochets back into his face. Armadillo. Whoever wins the lottery is gay. The winner of 15,000 B coins is AFK. Congrats. Wait, no. See, this is an educated crazy ex. She did not break anything. She just made it super annoying to get inside the car. My son got mad at me yesterday and opened all the bananas in the house. What type of passive-aggressive monster? Police in Turkey tried to stop Pride Parade with water cannons, accidentally creating rainbows. Karma. Friend's car after a hit and run. My 2 older children were laying out all of their Pokemon cards, but the youngest kept intervening. So they duct taped him to a chair when his height starts with 5 foot, when your weight starts with 200. Everyone shut up. I just got accepted for a NASA internship. Language. Suck it. I'm working at NASA, and I am on the National Space Council that oversees NASA. A man was killed when he tried to shoot down a 125-year-old cactus. The man blasted most of the way through the trunk and then poked at one of the plant's arms. The 500-pound arm then fell, crushing the individual. YouTuber facing 2 years in prison after feeding homeless man toothpaste-filled Oreos. Thomas had teased Gordon about the time he slid into a ditch. Then Thomas fell down a mine. Serves you right, Thomas. Sir Isaac Newton died a virgin. Bro, that's what you get for inventing calculus. Cop tried to shoot this dog for barking, but he accidentally shot himself instead. It's a summer break, so I woke up my 12-year-old daughter at 5:15 this morning. I've been waiting for this revenge since she was 4. When she asked me why I was up, I told her my blanket fell off the bed. Sometimes the best revenge is watching their life fall apart on Facebook. 15 years after they said that mean thing to you in high school. Every night when I'm sleeping, my cat gets in my face and bothers me. So now, when I see him sleeping, I get revenge. The chicken is the T-Rex's closest living relative. The T-Rex ate animals and now we eat chicken. This is how karma works. My ex sent me a picture of her doing the deed with her boyfriend. I sent it to her dad. Why is an ex 10 times more fine when you're broken up? I think only men experience this. You get uglier to us. My cat yawned, so I stuck a finger in his mouth. He sort of stared at me curiously as he shut his mouth, but did not bite down hard. A few minutes later, he's been sitting on my chest, and when I yawn, he proceeds to put his whole paw in my mouth. Instant karma. This man was just about to kick a starving dog, but he slipped over and fell on his back. A homeless man gave this student his last £3 so she could get home. Student raises over £21,000 for homeless man who offered her £3 so she could get home safely. Driver who kicked stray dog watches car get destroyed after same dog returns with a few of his friends. Bullied primary school student. 9. Sends 25 classmates to hospital after putting glue in their water bottles for revenge. This lady was being rude to me in the grocery line, so rather than saying anything to her, I invited everyone behind her to go ahead of me. Today, I had time. Mugshots.com puts people's mugshots online and then demands payment to take them down. The site's founders were just arrested for extortion. Here are their mugshots. If you are ever in a fist fight and you win, call them an ambulance. Now, not only have you kicked their ass, but they also have to pay $5,000 for an ambulance ride. When your girlfriend cheats, but you paid for her flaw. I checked his phone to see if he's cheating and found screenshots of me cheating. Guy told me to F off when I asked him to move his truck. Now, he's going to stay in the porta potty until he learns some manners and apologizes for being rude. The man who just drove into the parking space I was waiting for door and told me to F off, has arrived for his interview with me. Hashtag karma wins again. Today, I found out my 7-year-old daughter really did lie about my husband's other girlfriend as revenge for being grounded, and that he never cheated on me at all. We're well into our divorce proceedings, and he won't forgive me for not believing him when he denied it. FML. She literally got a drink of water, then walked over to my boots and spat the water in them. Was it revenge for the braids? If women paint their eyebrows, we can paint our beards. In 2012, a Chicago man bought a car for $600, then registered it to his ex-girlfriend's name, parked it at an airport, and racked up 678 parking tickets, totaling $100,000. That awkward moment when you break into a car and leave your wallet. What an idiot. Trucks are taking over the roads. We're just mobbing at 60, while your cars are doing 25. And he crashed the car. This woman dropped her wallet, and I said, "Excuse me," and she was like, "I have a boyfriend, no thank you." So me and my guys ate McDonald's off of her. I'd be like, "So my neighbor called the police because I was smoking on the balcony. The police get here and ask where the drugs are. I said I smoked it all. They said, 'Where did you buy it from?' I said, 'From the neighbor.' Now they're at his house searching." My dad used to live in a pretty bad area growing up, surrounded by a lot of gangs, and he told me that there was this kind, openly gay boy that used to tutor all of the gang leaders for free. And one day, a homophobe insulted him, and 5 gangs found out and went to go beat him up. I know I've been rude most of my life, but I need your help. My fat cousin got mad because I said something to him, because he hit his pregnant girlfriend. So he decided he wanted to hit me. Now, he's going to jail with a bullet in his leg. That's so tragic. I told Charlie off for being a bad dog. Todd, I will beat you up. I went out for Chinese food and told them I have a severe allergy to seafood, and this was on the check when I paid. No shrimp or he dead. My mum would wake up early just to cut the crusts off my sandwiches for lunch. She knew the crusts were my favorite part. She hated me so much. Michigan man arrested after he told numerous homeless people there was a drug stash buried in his ex-wife's lawn. I'm mad teachers told us, if you don't do well in school, you're going to be the garbage man, and never told us the garbage man made more than them. My Uber profile says I'm deaf, so when I get into Ubers, I usually just sign hello to them and don't speak, but this Uber driver just called someone and said, "This deaf bitch just got in, so I can talk for a minute." My husband annoyed me, so when he wasn't looking, I poured water on the floor in front of the dishwasher. He's been fixing it for the past 2 hours. Last night, some creepy dude was trying to hit on my homegirl, so she took his phone, pretended to put her number in, Venmo'd herself $20 and bought the gang a pizza with it. I have carried chalk in my car for 10 months, just so I could do this once. Yesterday was the day. There you go. I just took one of my ex's orders at work and looked her dead in the eyes and asked for a name for the order as if I had absolutely no clue who they were. Girl tries to pour acid on ex's face. Wind blows it onto hers instead. Thinking about a girl from camp 15 years ago called Xiu, whose name this other girl named Brittany refused to pronounce and gave her the nickname Sunny. And now Xiu, as revenge, decided to pretend she couldn't pronounce Brittany and called her Bing Bong instead. We just waited an hour to see our podiatrician. As soon as he walked in, my toddler looked at his hand and pointed to his watch and said, "This is a clock," which was the most passive-aggressive thing I have ever witnessed. The driver of the orange truck was being a nuisance. Truck proceeded to do this. Told my dad I ran out of alcohol and did not have any money to buy any for the weekend, so he gave me the huge bottle of vodka from the cupboard that I stole and replaced with water when I was 16. Life really does come back to bite you in the butt. I got dumped for having red hair. My boyfriend's mum did not want to risk having ginger grandchildren, so she made him dump me. He married a blonde girl and had 2 ginger kids. Karma. My kids are blonde. Laptop was stolen from a shoot this morning. I tracked it using Find My iPhone. Got the people arrested. So my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend trashed my car, but it's cool because I have it all on video and him to watch it with. My dad cheated on my mum, so my mum printed out the texts of him telling her that he misses her and mailed them to his girlfriend. Karma is so nasty because 6 years ago when I was 19, I ghosted the nicest guy who had the best intentions for me. And tell me why he's the person that's interviewing me for a job that I desperately need tomorrow. The founder of Match.com lost his girlfriend to a man she met on Match.com. My boyfriend cheated on me, so I convinced him to get matching tattoos. He went first and I went home. I was being mean to a taxi driver tonight and did not pay my fare, so I did a runner and left my phone in the car because I am a stupid bitch. And this is the taxi driver writing this status. Best revenge. This nerd was bullied throughout throughout high school, but today he's an adult who owns several Funko Pop figurines. Dear to the kid who graffitied some cool Ray-Bans and a mustache on me, I'm not even mad. He has 17,700 bottles of hand sanitizer and nowhere to sell them. I had an ex that cheated on me but denied it, which pissed me off even more than the actual cheating because it's like he thought I was too stupid to know. As revenge, I slashed his tires, but not any of the ones on his car. I slashed the spare for a slow burn and ultimately a better endgame. Screw you. When you get rear-ended, the guy doesn't pull over and takes off, but the license plate gets imprinted on my car. Thought you were slick. The next time you're worried about being too petty in a Yelp review, just remember that 3,700 years ago, some Babylonian took the time to chisel this epic complaint about a copper delivery into stone, thus achieving a level of pettiness we can only aspire to reach, complaining about delivery at the wrong grade of copper. Good morning to everyone, but especially the woman in the crosswalk on my way to work who didn't like that someone honked at her to hurry, so she stopped and did a couple of jumping jacks. Thanks, I guess. I asked for a joke on the inside of my box. I guess your employees thinking insulting me was hilarious. My cousin punched a wall, left a hole and started laughing. When he got his first house, I went over and punched a hole right in the wall. I waited 11 years to do that. When I was a waitress, if a middle-aged woman was ever rude to me, they almost always were, I would happily offer them a senior discount. 65 and above only. It felt so good to see their eyes bulge out of their sockets and their mouths drop open in shock. My bike was stolen last week, and yesterday I saw it for sale on Craigslist. So I messaged the seller, met him at McDonald's, and when I noticed it was 100% my bike, I dumbly asked to take it for a ride. He said, yeah, just don't write it off, which is exactly what I did. I stole my bike back, going out with a female friend to get her card MOT'd. I love this. We do it every year. They ignore her entirely and talk to me since I'm a man. I know nothing about cars. She, however, was for many years the chief mechanic of a Formula 1 racing team. She will pick her moment. Motorway fly tippers escorted back to rubbish they dumped and made to pick it up. This lady at Jamba Juice just cut me in the line, and the worker saw it, so when it was my time to order, he goes, "Congrats, you were the 18th customer today. You get a free drink of choice." Oh my, her face. My ex is stupid. She really signed into my Domino's account and ordered stuff. What's funny is the dummy didn't even change the address. I was actually hungry too. Good looks on you, stupid. You are all invited to my bouncy castle party, funded by the guy that sent me his credit card after I said no to a date. Texas teacher who tried to contact Trump to have her students deported is officially fired. One time, my teacher gave me an F on a paper and wrote, "See me after school" on it, and I was stressing all day, but when I went later to ask her what was wrong, she changed the F to an A and said, "You were pissing me off this week. I wanted you to suffer for a few hours," and I didn't trust her for the rest of the year. Troy Leon Gregg, a death row inmate in Georgia, escaped the night before his execution, only to be killed in a bar fight the very same night. I pay this rat $1,800 every month, and all she does is complain about making too much noise walking around. So I bought a dog whistle, and I blow it in the hours of the day and night, and now I complain about how much her dog barks and how it keeps me up. This is the ultimate petty move, and I applaud you. Hunter fighting for life after bear he shot lands on him in Alaska. Haha, that good-natured joke about me was pretty funny. My revenge will be swift but brutal. When your baby mother brings her family to beat you up, but they get pulled over out front, and the police find drugs in the car. Look at God working. You, living well is the best revenge. Me, Google's second best revenge. If you hurt an introvert, they don't seek revenge. They just slowly drift away. Seen texts, unanswered calls, dropped plans. They don't want no conflict, no stress, no headaches. They just want peace. And they absolutely have no intention of hurting you. They just disappear, quietly. Who hurt this man? My ex randomly hit me up, telling me she was feeling lonely and wanted some company. No lie, I kinda missed her too, so I told her to come through. We hanged for a bit and then she went to the bathroom to freshen up. Next thing I knew, this girl is gone and I have no toilet paper. Woman stunned after guy she rejected for a third date purposely farts on her at a bar a year later. Bus drivers in Japan went on strike, but they continued to drive their routes while refusing to take fares from passengers, so keeping Japan on time but costing the bus companies gas on top of lost revenue. The girl that used to bully me in high school just asked me what my skincare routine was. I'm going to tell her St. Ives apricot scrub. they'll get their karma. And their karma is a new car, vacation overseas, new job, and a better credit score. Thousands of people plan to attend a barbecue in front of the home of a vegan Australian woman who took her neighbors to court over the smell of meat cooking in their own backyard. How can you take someone to court over that? Me, after hitting no tip for the cashier when all they did was hand me my food. When you get killed and teabagged in an online match, but they get killed while teabagging. A lawyer who slapped a lady is arrested and presented to court by the same lady. Man dies of heart attack after burying girlfriend in backyard. What the fuck? Trophy hunter who kills endangered elephants and lions. Eaten by crocodiles. What goes around comes around. Karma. Sure, they could have went under or around the car, but that teaches us no lesson. I told him if he told me to end myself one more time, I would punch him in the face. He didn't believe me and said it to me. I punched him in the face, broke his glasses, and gave him a nosebleed, and he never spoke to me again. A man walked into a shop, put a $20 bill on the counter, and asked for change. When the clerk opened the cash drawer, the man pulled a gun and asked for all the cash in the register, which the clerk promptly provided. The man took the cash from the clerk and fled, leaving the $20 bill on the counter. The total amount of cash he got from the drawer, $15. I hate when people say, well, it could have been worse. Oh, you know, Susan, it could have been a lot better too. Why do men start podcasts instead of going to therapy? The same reason females start an OF instead of getting a job. Gonna watch a movie. There better not be any goofy stuff. What the fuck? It's time to run a blood test. Oh no, this is the funniest thing I've seen all week. I mean, I'm kind of dumb and loud, and my hair doesn't always look great, but I can make you laugh, and I'm good at petting animals, so why not date me? One time my boyfriend and I were cuddling, and he was like, I know how to read palms, and he looked really intensely at my hand, and then gasped, and looked up at me and went, it says that you're a nerd. Why hasn't anyone offered my parents 5 camels for my hand in marriage yet? What am I doing wrong? It's because you are worth at least 10 camels, and they just can't afford you. This is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. When you're trying to take a pill and it touches your tongue and you taste it. Elon has lost his wife, his kids, $40 billion, and his spaceship crashed. It's like a genre of country music that doesn't even exist yet. My boss deactivated my coworker's email, who just quit too quickly, and did not realize it controls our company calendar. So now, all of those events for the next 3 years are gone, on our way to do a little drugs, and they got arrested. I am sick to death of watching you lot fight over my money. I am not dead yet, so here you go. I'm spending it. I am putting this message in every magazine I can find, and will keep doing it until the money is gone. Then maybe you can stop all the bickering. Shame on you all. How petty can you get? I once edited a Wikipedia page to win an argument. My brother constantly does things he knows are going to annoy me for no other reason than personal satisfaction, so I decided to change the audio balance on his computer. It can lower the volume on one earphone and raise it on the other. In the span of 5 weeks, he went through 6 different pairs of headphones until he eventually had to go get a new computer. Almost $1,000 later, and he still has no idea what the problem was or who caused it. To the driver of the white Acura RDX, who threw their Taco Bell drive-through garbage out the window onto a highway. I've got your garbage. I will drop off your garbage and your full license plate number with the enforcement. You can pick it up there, or they can deliver it to your home address, though they might have some paperwork for you. Littering and illegal dumping costs residents hundreds of thousands of dollars each year. A 77-year-old grandmother beat the hell out of a guy who tried to rob her when Winfred attempted to get cash from an ATM in Liverpool. 3 men tried to push her aside and take her money. You're not having my money, young man, she thought, then grabbed one of them by the collar, pulled as hard as she could, bashed his head into the wall 3 times, and scared them off. What the fuck? I gave my girlfriend my Netflix password while we were dating, and asked her nicely not to use it after we broke up. She continued to use it, so I waited until she was 2 seasons into Pretty Little Liars to change the password. Once I made fun of a movie on her, and the woman who wrote it followed me for 6 months and only favorited 1 tweet where I said I had gotten sick. Keying or graffitiing someone's car is old news. Now, if someone cheats, we go at their wardrobe with a seam ripper. Pluto, 1994 versus 2018. She glowed up so hard on us. Everyone said she isn't a planet, and she went out and got a whole revenge body. Now you all will keep saying you miss Pluto being a planet, but you had your chance. Look at her, she has moved on. Funny story from my childhood. My mum bought a ringtone. It was that CeeLo Green song, Fuck You. Well, on our next phone bill, it didn't specify what it was. It just said, screw you, $1.99. So needless to say, my dad was pretty annoyed that AT&T just decided to add a $2 fuck you charge to his bill. Doesn't kill the person who tortured and murdered her father figure because revenge bad. Has killed gods because someone stole his cake. Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen. Tony Perkins, the leader of an anti-LGBT hate group, group who claimed that God uses natural disasters such as hurricanes and floodings to punish homosexuals and their supporters had his own house destroyed by a flood. Instead of "have a nice day," I think I'll start saying "have the day you deserve." You know, let karma sort that out for them. Poacher trampled by elephant. I love you. I have a boyfriend. You are so beautiful. You deserve 2 boyfriends. I already have 3, and I won't cheat on them. You're not special for reading The Great Gatsby. We all went to high school. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. Okie dokie, let's tone it down here. I was just making a joke. So was I. That's the first line of the book. What? I didn't read the book. How do you find the vegan at a party? Don't worry, they will let you know. How do you find the meat eater? They will tell this old joke and be eating the body parts of tortured animals. I sent the B-movie script over iMessage to my friend who lives overseas, but it did not send us an iMessage and sent us 315 text messages instead. And I'm going to be charged for international texting for all of them. Karma is real, and God always protects the good. YouTuber who licked public toilet seat now claims he's tested positive for the virus. So I'm at the dollar store to get a spade to plant bulbs in the garden, and this rude kid decided to throw a fit over these larger candy bars and called his mother, and I quote, a bitch, because she wouldn't get him this particular bar. I was waiting for her to slap him, and instead, she literally gave in and said, "I'll get you the bigger one when we get to the register." Well, I'll tell you now, I had no intentions of spending 24 bucks on candy bars, but the look on that kid's face as I walked out the door with all they had left was priceless. Best $24 I ever spent. OMG, I hate my job. My boss is a total perv, always making me do stuff just to annoy me. I guess you forgot about adding me on here. Firstly, don't flatter yourself. Secondly, you've worked here for 5 months and did not work out that I'm gay. I know I don't prance around the office like a queen, but it's not exactly a secret. Thirdly, that annoying stuff is called your job. You know, what I pay you to do. But the fact you seem able to fuck up the simplest tasks might contribute to how you feel about it. Lastly, you also seem to have forgotten that you have 2 weeks left on your 6th month trial period. Don't bother coming in tomorrow. I will pop your P45 in the post, and you can come in whenever you would like to pick up any stuff you've left here. And yes, I'm serious. To the person who stopped the washer in the middle of my wash cycle and took my clothes out just to wash yours. Yeah, you're a dick. Unfortunately for you, so am I. You can find your wet clothes frozen outside in the snow. Any problems? Come see me in 301. I bought my husband a new 50-inch television last week because his old one broke down. We took the old television and put it in the box that we took the old TV and put it in the box that the new one came in and set it out on our entryway. Porch Pirates came and picked it up on Tuesday night. I just wish I could see his face when he finds out it's no good. He saved us a trip to the dump and just got his karma. Some dude was spamming a class group me with memes, so he got kicked, only to come back with vengeance. Hello again. I have collected screenshots of each instant in this group me of copying and sharing answers to the e-quizzes. If I am removed from this chat again, I will be anonymously forwarding this information to the Student Conduct and Academy Integrity in the Office of the Dean of Students. All I ask is that I can post 1 meme per day. The ball is in your court, and I am a professional NBA player. Just saw the most amazing thing. The people near me at this coffee shop are having a loud, obnoxious meeting, one on Skype, about their new, horrible hipster business. They are mulling over possible website names. They've listed about 20 of them and laughed and patted each other on the back. Guy behind me says very loudly, "Just so you know, I've spent the last 20 minutes buying all of the domain names. If you want them, I'll sell them to you." They stopped talking and left. It was awesome. I had a boss who I couldn't stand. One day, she banned microwave popcorn in the office because she hated the smell. About a month later, I bought one of those USB drives that has scented oil inside. Scented like buttered popcorn. I plugged it in on the side of her desktop. It took her 6 months to figure the sad reality of our world. You have 27,000 tweets. Everyone has seen this meme, but this person has been tweeting 28 times a day, and they are still talking about how everyone is addicted to their phones. Wow. You're a douche, John. Other guys are starting their own business, and you're just messing around with some weird Bitcoin thing. You seriously think you're smarter than them? We need to break up. There's no future staying with somebody like you. Hi, John. How are you? This is so stupid and fake. Hey guys, I hope your skin is clear and you get a text from someone you really like. Also that your lunch tastes good and you find $20 on the ground. And that thing coming up that you were dreading turns out to be not so bad. Passing this good karma. And that is why I downloaded this meme. This is to you guys too, watching this video.